If you grew up feeling unloved, unseen, or emotionally neglected, here's something most people won't tell you. The very traits you developed to survive that childhood may be the same traits that make you unusually strong today. People often talk about childhood wounds as if they only create damage. And yes, not being loved properly as a child leaves marks. But it also shapes depth, awareness, resilience, and emotional intelligence in ways that many people never develop. If you've ever felt different, overly independent, hyper-aware of others' moods, scared of being abandoned, yet strangely strong in crisis, this video is for you. Let's explore the lifelong effects of not being loved as a child growing up, and how some of them may secretly be your greatest strengths. 1. You became hyper-independent because you had to. Psychology shows that children who don't receive consistent emotional support often learn very early that they can only rely on themselves. When comfort isn't available, the brain adapts. It says, fine, I'll handle this alone. As a child, this might have looked like not asking for help, not crying in front of others, solving your own problems quietly. As an adult, it often becomes extreme independence. You don't like depending on anyone. You struggle to delegate. You tell yourself, I've got it, even when you're exhausted. Research on attachment theory indicates that children who experience emotional neglect may develop avoidant attachment patterns, valuing self-sufficiency to protect themselves from further disappointment. And yes, this can make relationships hard. But here's the overlooked strength. You are incredibly capable. You know how to survive. You know how to figure things out. You don't collapse when life gets difficult. Many people fall apart the moment support disappears. You learned how to stand alone long ago. The growth now isn't to lose your independence. It's to allow support without feeling weak. 2. You became hyper-aware of other people's emotions. When love is inconsistent, children become emotional detectives. They scan faces. They analyze tone shifts. They learn to predict moods. Is mom in a good mood? Is dad stressed today? Should I stay quiet? Research indicates that children raised in unpredictable emotional environments often develop heightened sensitivity to social cues. It's a survival skill. Reading the room meant staying safe. As an adult, this can look like overthinking texts, sensing tension instantly, absorbing other people's moods, feeling responsible for keeping peace. It can be exhausting, but here's the strength hidden inside it. You are deeply emotionally intelligent. You can sense what others are feeling before they say it. You notice what most people miss. You make people feel understood because you truly see them. The key is learning boundaries, understanding that noticing emotions doesn't mean managing them. Your sensitivity isn't weakness. It's awareness that needs direction. 3. You struggle with feeling enough. When a child doesn't feel loved, the brain searches for a reason. And because children are naturally egocentric, they often conclude, it must be me. Psychology shows that children internalize emotional neglect as personal inadequacy. Instead of thinking, my caregiver was unavailable, they think, I'm not lovable. That belief can quietly follow you into adulthood. You overachieve to prove your worth. You fear rejection more than you admit. You feel uneasy when someone truly loves you. You question compliments. You may look confident on the outside, but inside there's a small voice asking, what if they leave when they see the real me? But here's the strength that forms from this struggle. You are deeply reflective. You think about who you are. You question yourself. You strive to grow. Many people move through life without self-examination. You don't. You are aware of your flaws and constantly trying to improve. The work now is learning that growth doesn't require self-rejection. You are always enough. You just weren't shown consistent love. 4. You may struggle with intimacy, but you value connection deeply. Research on attachment styles shows that early emotional neglect can lead to anxious or avoidant patterns in adult relationships. You may either cling tightly, fearing abandonment, or keep people at a distance, fearing disappointment. Sometimes you do both. You want connection, but you're scared of it. You crave love, but don't fully trust it. This isn't because you're broken. It's because your nervous system learned that love wasn't safe. But here's what's powerful. You don't take connection for granted. When you love deeply. When you commit, you care intensely. When someone earns your trust, you cherish it. You understand the value of emotional safety because you know what it feels like to grow up without it. With healing and self-awareness, you often become one of the most loyal, empathetic, and intentional partners or friends someone could have. 5. You developed resilience that others can't see. Children who grow up without love often mature quickly. They become emotionally older than their years. Research on post-traumatic growth suggests that adversity, while painful, can lead to increased inner strength, perspective, and appreciation for meaningful relationships. You learned how to handle discomfort. You learned how to self-soothe. You learned how to survive loneliness. And while no child should have to learn those lessons so early, they shaped you. You likely don't panic easily. You've endured things others haven't. You understand pain, and that makes you compassionate. The goal isn't to glorify the hurt. It's to recognize the strength that came from surviving it. Not being loved as a child leaves scars, but it also creates depth. It creates emotional awareness. It creates resilience. It creates empathy. It creates independence. It creates people who are determined to love differently than they were loved. If you see yourself in this video, I want you to hear this clearly. Your childhood explains you. It does not define you. You are not too much. You are not too distant. You are not hard to love. You adapted to survive. And now, as an adult, you get to choose which adaptations you keep and which ones you gently release. Healing isn't about blaming your past. It's about understanding it. And if no one told you this growing up, you deserved love. You still do. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more psychology insights about personality, attachment, and the hidden strengths shaped by your experiences. Because sometimes the parts of you question the most are the parts that make you powerful.